The men from The Bachelorette are thinking about suing ABC and thinking about suing Taylor Frankie Paul and maybe suing ABC after this season of The Bachelorette was pulled. Now, this season, if you're not all caught up to date, this season of The Bachelorette featuring Frankie, my God. Can I just
she has 4 boy names.
It's
confusing.
No, but I follow her. And
Taylor
I know her.
Frankie Paul.
Taylor Frankie Paul. She 2 years ago assaulted her boyfriend, on again, off again boyfriend, Dakota. They were together. They've been together on and off for years and years and years. They actually share a child together. And then she has 2 other children with her ex-husband. And the video was just released, which is why I think so many people have become outraged, and rightfully so. But it was a different deal when you kind of heard that she had charges.
Right.
So much so that ABC, who knew she had the charges, still said, hey, you're going to be our next Bachelorette.
Yeah,
we
because
thought
she
it
had
was
a lot of heat.
But once you see it, it changes the whole.
It changes everything. I mean, it really brings to light
her throwing stools and
hitting her child, which, by the way, I hear the updates are the stool, even though it's been all of these many years later, the stool has now been confiscated, which is hard to believe that she still has it. And then also I heard that she has lost custody of her son.
Yeah, she's out of control.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, so
it's hard to lose custody of your kids,
which she shares with Dakota and the one that she was physically assaulting in the video. So now the men who were on the season of The Bachelorette, it was already filmed. They had already had a proposal. There had already been, they'd gone through all the weeks of filming and editing and the whole deal. And at the last minute, ABC said, we're not airing this season. But the guys... Because of the video. And, But the guys have been there. They took the time off of work. They took the time away from their families. They filmed. And now they're considering this lawsuit. And I don't know. Who do you go after? Do you go after Taylor Frankie Paul, or do you go after ABC? Do you go after both?
Will they even win?
I don't know. What do you say? Like, do you sign away your rights in the beginning and say it might not air? I don't know.
We can find out from our official attorney, Lisa Lanier, if there is a case here to be won or lost. Good morning, Lisa.
Hey, good morning. What a wild story. Yeah. This I just don't see how ABC Warner Brothers did not see how trashy this chick was from go.
Yeah.
And just see this kind of thing coming. You just don't. There were so many red flags, and like you said, it's come out that they knew about the domestic violence incident, allegedly. But here's the thing. These kinds of lawsuits that these suitors from The Bachelorette are considering, these kind of lawsuits are incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to win because, as you, I think, maybe hinted at a second ago, reality TV contracts are extremely one-sided. Like, these people usually are, these wannabe, pop culture celebrity types that really want that fame, and they're willing to sign away their life to get to be on these shows. And so typically the contracts give the producers full discretion to cancel, edit, air, not air. They waive in these contracts. They typically waive any emotional distress claims, anything like if anything happens that they're traumatized by, if their reputations are harmed, if they lost other opportunities, they waive explicitly all of that stuff. And they include really broad releases and often arbitration clauses so that they can't even be sued. You have to take them to arbitration, if anything. So very, very low chances that these suitors would win anything. Airing is never guaranteed.
What about the lawsuit? Taylor.
I know.
Katie said to write to the girl.
Like suing Taylor Frankie Paul.
Yeah, not the network.
Because she has money from...
4 seasons of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and then they were currently in the... Yeah.
But she's not the one that, got them to do this. She's not the one that they had a contract with. She's just like a co-participant. So she's kind of, on equal footing with them, but has no, managerial ownership type control. The one argument that they are making is they're making a workplace safety argument that they were placed in physical harm.
That's what I was going to ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem there is that there was no actual harm. And so typically the law does not allow people to recover for what could have happened. It has to be for something that, like somebody could run a red light, but they swerve and miss you. And you're like, oh, man, you could have killed me, but you didn't, right? There was no harm. And so there's no cause of action there. And so the only real opportunity that I see, and I think it's super narrow and they're not going to win it, is if ABC So they allegedly knew about this, right? But if they made intentional misrepresentations to hide this fact that she was involved in this domestic violence incident, and they like fraud, misrepresentation, that is a possible angle that these guys could use. But again, the contract is going to probably require arbitration, and fraud is super hard to prove, and they may have even waived rights to that.
In my understanding, too, just with some friends that are in the entertainment industry, is that they got paid either way. Like they get paid whether it airs or not with some of these contracts.
They just don't guarantee
they don't get the fame.
Sort of contestant type people if they're going to actually be aired, and that's super common. I know a guy that participated in that Naked and Afraid thing, and he ended up at first when they said they were going to air him, they didn't, but then they ended up airing him in a later time, and so they don't have any control over anything.
Now, what if, let's say, this is to me surprising because I think, and there's so many double standards that go both ways, but if it was a man and he had already had a record of domestic violence or charge for assault, he can play in the NFL.
That's what happens there.
No, right.
I mean,
But I'm saying for a dating show where you're having interactions with, like, I don't think ABC would ever let that man on TV. Do you think they'd ever let The Bachelor be somebody that has a record for like beating his girlfriend or his ex-wife? No, they would. That would never happen.
No, and they shouldn't have done it here. I mean, and that video is horrific, especially with the child crying and seemingly getting hit with the stool. I mean, I posted a link to the YouTube video of it on my social media, and I got to warn people, if you watch it, it's hard to watch.
It is very hard to watch.
I feel for that kid. Oh, it's awful.
But you're right. They never should have let her become the Bachelor. They knew, or Bachelorette, they knew that she had it. But how do we then excuse it when it is the NFL? It's like, oh, but they play sports.
Right. No, I mean,
that's more valuable to us.
Well, yeah.
And we watch them every week.
And they have things in their contracts for detrimental to the team. And the thing, like the Ray Rice thing from years ago, Lisa, if you remember. I mean, and Katie made a more recent thing as far as not in sports, but with the Diddy thing. But that wasn't, he didn't really work for anybody. But, I guess he had some sponsors. But Ray Rice, was accused of domestic violence, and the NFL was looking into it. But at the time, they're like, well, he may face a 4-game suspension. Then the video came out of him beating the crap out of his girlfriend, kicking her and throwing her down on the ground in the hotel. And all of a sudden, banned for life.
Is it that we have to rely on just the video?
I know, right?
Well, yeah, that's a good point, because when we hear about the domestic assault that's happening in the house, we don't realize that if there's no video, these people could be going through the same thing, if not worse.
Just not seeing it.
And we don't we don't sympathize as much as if we saw the video. Like the Cassie video, that looked horrible with P. Diddy. When you heard about it, it was like, well, what did that mean?
Now, Katie, do you think, because you told me something this morning before the show, do you think ABC told the contestants, because didn't one of the guys bring it up when they were on a date with her?
So I think you can do your own research on them.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah. And so during because you know who is going to be the Bachelor or the Bachelorette going in, right? We'll never see it because it was in the season of the Bachelorette that got pulled by ABC, but one of the guys on a date questioned Taylor Frankie Paul about the domestic violence charge, and she apparently got very agitated and then stormed off set. So there were some of the guys who were not afraid to bring it up to her, and that one in particular incident was caught on film.
I got you.
So they did. So some of them knew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think?
But from their own research, we think, right?
Yes.
I mean, my understanding is that the network didn't tell them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was from their own research, and then also, what was I just going to say about?
Well, do you
I
think
forget what it was.
that, because at least I don't know how you feel about this, and sometimes I don't want to offend anybody, believe it or not. Should if CBS, is it CBS? ABC released the show, I think the ratings would go through the roof. At the same time, that could be insensitive. But if they put some kind of pre-recorded, I think Jared mentioned it, like if you're involved in domestic violence, they could make it aware. Do you think that's okay? And if not, I have a feeling this will eventually be released somewhere. Some network, some streaming service will get this, buy it, and be released.
Yeah, I mean, they could have released it. I mean, and they made a decision not to, but I think it was the right decision. Of course they could, but I think they face a lot of potential backlash if they do. But they might, I don't know if they could sell it, to some, like you said, to some kind of like B network to air it. That sometimes happens, even just when shows are canceled. Sometimes they're picked up by another network, and there's an exchange of money there. But I think they're going to bury this. I think they realize they made a mistake letting her do it. And I think it would have been a mistake whether, she's a man or a woman. It's just
right.
It was just a very poor choice.
Lisa, I do think one of the things we're missing, and I just remembered what I was going to say, is that so Taylor is on the seasons, the previous seasons of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
And that's on Hulu.
And that's still playing, Aaron?
Those old episodes, because they just suspended their filming of the current season.
Blown up two major franchises.
That is the reason why. See, I don't think she's going to blow up Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I don't. I think they've just suspended it, and I think it's very different because that is a streaming service. I think with network television, it was like way dicier. We've talked about this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they actually discussed what happened in the video on the show.
They did this the very first season.
Like the very first season. This had already happened. And so this was openly discussed on the show, and they've done 4 more seasons.
And they've kept her.
Wow.
And she's only become more famous.
I bet you that show if it's on repeat, has got a lot more.
And we think, we were talking, Matt and I, maybe I thought it was on air, but we were talking about how I think the entire thing was a publicity. Like ABC needed publicity for The Bachelorette because Matt was saying
the ratings are way down.
They didn't even do a season of The Bachelor this year. They just went straight back to The Bachelorette. They're desperate to save the franchise because the competition for this kind of show is through the roof.
Yes.
Married at First Sight has skyrocketed. This Love is Blind on Netflix. Now you're doing the age thing on
Age of Attraction,
Netflix.
which I've also watched.
That's blowing up. I mean, The Bachelor has become, they were first, but it's kind of back behind the scenes.
Like American Idol.
They needed a draw, and this was their draw.
The streamers are getting much bigger numbers than The Bachelorette.
And they're huge. But the whole
Love is Blind
reason,
is massive, yeah.
Yes, but the whole reason.
Do any of you guys watch this? I've never watched a single episode of any of these dating shows.
I watch them all.
My wife watches all.
Lisa!
Watch them all, Lisa.
Nothing? You haven't watched Love is Blind?
Lisa, when I'm not watching crime, I'm watching this.
Not a single one. No.
Yeah, Love is Blind. Yeah, I mean, you should definitely watch. We'll tell you a season to watch Love is Blind because they're all not great.
Tell me. Because, you guys don't ever steer me wrong. I'll tell you, Katie, I still am thankful for you every day about this Aura ring because it has helped my sleep game so much.
That.
Yeah.
God, helping people left and right.
You told me about it, and it makes you so much more like self-aware about your sleep patterns. Yeah. I'm so much
I am happy to hear that, Lisa.
And Lisa, I'm forever grateful to you because you're on my marriage board.
There you go.
So that has kept me from getting married for 4 years.
Yeah. Well, and Lisa, the reason too with ABC needing, the reason that Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is so popular is because of Mom Talk. So that's the whole social media aspect of it too. Mom Talk is the group of Mormon wives who were together dancing and creating all these videos that went viral, and then they got a TV show. And so ABC, I think, really was desperate and made her the Bachelorette to get their hands on all of those numbers.
And it's within the company too, because Hulu, ABC, and Disney 100%. Own Hulu.
Well, if they were so desperate, they would air it.
I think it's going to go to Hulu eventually.
Okay, that's my point.
Yeah.
My point is...
maybe they're planning to... Or maybe they just thought that the video wouldn't surface and that they could just kind of ride that notoriety that she had from the Mormon Wives thing and, it wouldn't blow up. Maybe they just were very intentional about it. I don't know.
See, and I think they were so desperate, but I think they're residing to the fact that this is the nail in the coffin, and I think the franchise is done.
You think Secret Lives or Bachelor?
Bachelor.
I think Bachelor's done too.
I think it's done.
Yeah.
Unless they just put it only on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it was a great run. We enjoyed it. Thank you for 20 years or whatever. However long you did it, great. Thank you. We appreciate it, but we're moving on.
Yeah.
Did these people actually get married on the show?
Some of them did. Mm-hmm. Some of them did, and some of them are still the very first couple, Trista and Ryan from Bachelor season
still
1.
Together, they have kids,
Yep.
yeah.
You said 45 seasons or whatever it is. Are they, because you said they're on these shows to just become famous and influencers?
I think most are.
That's definitely changed. According to my wife, that has become the thing for the past 10 years.
Because when they first started, there wasn't social media, right?
Right.
No.
It's only since social media really blew up that these people now go on because they want the followers.
So they will ask the woman to... They propose to the woman?
It's both. If it's a season of The Bachelor, then he has a whole bevy of women that he will he'll propose to. If it's a season of The Bachelorette, she has a whole bevy of men, and they still propose to her, but she picks them.
But she proposes with the real intention of getting married, or not
That's
really?
the idea. Yeah.
20 couples from the franchise are still together.
Wow.
And Lisa, we're going to be doing something talking about dating because people are moving away from the apps because they're just burnt out by it. But we're going to be doing Jared and Katie's dating a speed dating at some point. We're working out the kinks of it, but we're going to have like live events where you can go in public and do speed dating. Yeah.
And it's not going to be like the awkward where everybody kind of stands around. You don't know. We're going to
organized, fun.
Yep, organized or hosted.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
But Jared, you're going to stand on the sidelines.
Yes. I'll host it. Things are going well. I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Sure about that? Yeah, sure about that?
Right.
Yeah. All right, Lisa, you're great.
Thank you, Lisa.
Watch one of the shows. I think Love is Blind is good to start with.
We'll send you the specific seasons.
Send me the best one to watch. I'll
watch the Charlotte season.
The Charlotte
I think the Charlotte season is the best one.
And then this one that just happened, season 10, was really good,
of
too.
Ohio. Yeah, in Ohio.
In Ohio.
All right, Lisa, you're the best. If you're ever injured, contact her right away at hireaheavyweight.com.